So okay, so what is the reception?
The reception was amazing. The reception was so amazing that then it pushed us to start asking ourselves what's next. Because now you're starting to get called for gigs, but
in Kenya, Africa.
wow. So you're starting to get called for gigs, but also imagine we started turning down gigs at that point. But let me explain why.
Yeah, please.
So you're getting called for gigs and you're excited because it's showing that the reception is good. But you have to be very careful because when you get on stage, you have 1.5 songs. Unaweza choma. And for how long can you do that? So we started being very picky about the gigs we would say yes to, because we wanted to ensure that we don't burn out and we don't, you know, the way guys can be excited, then you get on stage, then you do 1.5 songs and then people realize, wait, that's it? Because it now starts sounding like you're a one-hit wonder.
Because a lot of your catalog is the old things you're doing.
Yeah. But what those few gigs that we did at that point told us is you can do your performance and include some of the old songs. Because when he gets on stage, people were still asking for
Tuendele,
so what
swing.
So what we do,
Jidai.
yes. So what we do,
I can name them all, bro.
so what we do, we used to even do Freak It, Hare, Badoniko.
Yep.
In fact, Badoniko, we had a medley. We had a medley of his verse on Tatizo that then used to go into Bad Boy. So we used to do a medley like it's one song, but it used to be so beautiful, and we did that for long.
Dude, you know, let me just throw some of my Nyash groupiness. Bado ya ni ngumu kunipata ka ndani ya cab chokora. Do you know that writing prowess? Yeah. But I mean, that guy is good. So let me ask, when you started this gig world, did you test also how much a guy is willing to pay? Because he's back.
Yes, and how we tested it was we would ask guys especially if it's somebody who knows you, who you're personal with, let me give you an example. If say at that time Lona Irungu called us for a gig, then it was easy to ask her, how much do you want to pay? Then she'd ask like, how long is your set? Then you'd say, maybe at that point 15, 20, 25 minutes. Then she says, I'm willing to give this. But then at that point, for us, it was more about, we are going to use the gig to test live the reactions and the reception of people. So at that point, it wasn't about the money.
It's about him coming back.
Because remember, the reaction that we are getting so far is comments
on YouTube,
things that we are seeing online, or people sending messages to give us feedback. But
ground vitu ni different.
Exactly, because those could be your friends encouraging you. But then now you have to know what's happening on ground, what's the feeling on ground. So those gigs for us were to get the feel of, have you received this guy coming back? What do you think of this rapping, singing thing? But now let me tell you, Nyash ni nani? Nyash ni talent ingine that there are some things you never have to worry about in terms of even down to the style and caliber of songs that he'll do next. Because Nyash is that guy who tells you, niko na song ingine nataka usikie. So you go to his house. So a few months after, he tells me, I have this song. Let me tell you, when he played for me that song, I cried. I was like, la 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 la. Aki, you don't know what you're about to do to this industry. You don't know.
Yeah.
He played for me that song. But then here's a funny thing. So we'd play, after now I'd gotten over my feel of that song, we'd play that song for a few people, and also while we were trying to do a video for it. But every time we'd play for people that song, we'd always feel like this song feels like it's not complete. Like there's something missing. And that thing bugged us for long. Like you feel like something is missing, but you don't know what it is. Then one day, Nyash goes to see a friend of his, or someone who he had become a friend. I don't know if this is exactly how it went, but I'll tell it like the way I was told that it happened. So Nyash is there seeing this guy, or a bunch of guys, and he plays for them the song. Then he tells them, or someone says, kuna kitu inamiss hapa. Then one of the guys says, I think I know what it is. So he says, wait. Goes to a room, comes back with a guitar. Says, play the song. So the song plays. It figures a part, then ding. Figures another part, plays. Let me tell you, when that thing was recorded, anyone who heard it was like, that was what was missing. You know who that was?
Sedo?
No. Polycarp, aka Fancy Fingers. If you listen to this song, there's a guitar. If you can, listen to that song, then mentally remove the guitar. And you'll hear the difference.
What song is this?
Mungu Pekee. Let me tell you. And I remember...
something you've shocked me. Mungu Pekee didn't have a video?
I'll tell you the story.
Okay.
So, and one of the people who, at this point, so that you know how instrumental she is, one of the people at this point who we had the song before, and she even crammed the song before me. And we always felt like there was something missing. And when Nyash played for us with the guitar, we were like, that's it. Was Talia Oyando.
Yeah.
So we got to that level of, okay, now we need to shoot the video. Aki, let me tell you, we played around with different concepts for the video. To the point where we actually shot a video for this song, for Mungu Pekee. We shot a video with VJ1, Nameless was there, Talia Oyando was there, I think Big Pin was there, I think Kolo was there. We shot that video. Let me not go deep into that video.
Yeah.
But we shot a video. But when we looked at the video, all of us, we said no. What we didn't realize, there's something we realized, there's something that we didn't realize at that point that we realized later, and I'll tell you what it is. I'll tell you what it is after I tell you this other part of the story. So, the challenge we had was, before we saw that cut of the video, we had already gone public to say that Nyash has his follow-up single that will drop on a certain day. And I remember it was on a certain Friday. Now, Sheila Kwamboka and Manga used to do a gig every Thursday. I think it was Kenya night at Galileo's up on Waiyakiwe. So because we had said we were going to release the song on a Friday, they called us to perform it, like to launch it that Thursday night. So we had already gone public that we were going to launch, to do that gig on that Thursday night and then launch the song the next day. But now, here I think on maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, or maybe even that Thursday, the whole team comes to a realization that
The video can't work.
this video, no, there's something wrong. Like, it was an okay video, but and for me, I think I experienced this video, or rather this song, I experienced God speaking. And I'll tell you why. So we went and did the gig on Thursday night. And then on Friday morning, first thing in the morning, we went and premiered the song on Kiss 100. So the plan had been premiere the song on Kiss 100 at 9 o'clock. I had my laptop with me. So premiere the song on Kiss at 8:30, and then it plays all through. And then somewhere at 9:15, cross over to Classic. And then 10, hit the send button for the song now to go to everyone else. So that had been the plan. So we went to Kiss. The reception was bananas. That song was played so many times that morning. Maina Kageni started playing it also on Classic. So now imagine the power of Kiss
and Classic.
in the morning. This song is being played on rotation, morning show only. Then I hit send at 10 a.m. Wi-Fi Air Radio Africa umetumia, hit send. Song goes out to everyone. What we realize like about an hour later is there's pressure because hakuna video. And you see now, people are hearing that there is a song that has come out. People are in their offices. So you can't necessarily listen to radio full time, just waiting for the song to be played. So guys want to watch it on YouTube, but there's no video. So now people start. So I remember when we left Radio Africa, we were going to HomeBoyz. Yes, we were going to HomeBoyz, Talia's show. But by then, as we were going, we were receiving so many calls of people saying how they love the song.
Where can I get it? Where can I listen to it?
Yes. So at the same time, there is pressure of DJs and radio stations and TV stations now who want the song. So I'm driving. Nyash has my laptop. A message comes in. We stop in traffic. I dictate to him. Just that message, just forward to this address. Someone has called me. They've told me, please send to me this to me on this address. So they send. I give Nyash. Nyash is there. He sends it. I'm driving. We go to HomeBoyz for the interview. Just at the point when we're getting into HomeBoyz, a friend of Nyash called Nicholas Mwenda calls Nyash and asks Nyash, mbona mjadu video hii song? So Nyash tells him, tulikuwa na issues kidogo, but tunataka kuiridu. But tuko na pressure. Then this guy says, wacha niwafanyie kitu, alafu ni wa show. So we go into the interview at HomeBoyz. Finish the interview. When we come out, Nico has done something and sent to us on phone. Let me tell you, we looked at it, we were like, this is it. This is it. So we told him, dude, just finish, just do it, finish. Like, there's nothing for us to add, just finish, you know. So Nico worked on it the whole weekend. I think by the end of the weekend or Monday, we dropped the video and it was the lyric video. Let me tell you what that taught me. That taught me what we hadn't realized as a team when we looked at that other video is this song is so powerful that a video might downgrade it. And then later on, and we were proved with time that the lyrics to the song were more important because the number of calls I got and he got, and other people even just commenting, saying what that song did to them, what it did to their souls, how it was bringing them out of difficult times. And what was helping them was they could sing the lyrics. They could sing the song because they could see the lyrics playing as the song was playing. So slowly we dropped the idea of we have to do a video. We're like, this is the video. Because when we dropped it, we were saying, this is the lyric video is coming. But when we saw the reaction, we were like, this is the video. There is nothing we can do to top
And
this.
it's the fastest lyric video to get to 1 million views.
Yes.
Nabado.
Yeah. Yeah, let me tell you.
And also, I would say from so I always think about it when I'm doing CTA. When we're having the convo about it right now. After Fakii, who do I have? Do you get? That's what he did. He gave us this style, and then there's nobody who would have said that Nya should have done a gospel song.
Yes.
He took it so, not even left, not even right. He went, I don't even know what direction. He went down.
So, the reaction was crazy. We got even more gigs.
So you launched what? So
We
you
got more
launched, you
gigs.
launched this thing, let's say Friday, you launched this lyric video Monday.
I think Sunday or Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
What about that email you pressed send?
see, now that one, I sent out just the audio.
Okay, sir.
I just sent out the audio.
Okay.
So now on Monday, I had to send another one with the link to the video.
Yeah.
So one of the challenges we had was, for a very long time, TV stations were like, we can't play a lyric video. But for us, we were like, it's okay.
Is that good?
YouTube will play it. So it wasn't until much later that TV stations actually agreed to play it.
Okay.
But the song was played so much. Let me tell you, some reactions used to come. You read a message, you actually have tears in your eyes because someone is telling you what this song. There's a person, there's a prominent personality, though I can't name them, told me that they were going through such a dark period, and they even described what they were going through at that point. But they told me what this song did to them. And then this person kept on telling me this repeatedly, what this song did to them. And I used to tell Nyash, initially, I think he was overwhelmed by it. Because probably he was thinking, you guys are just saying this, you know. But then, when it started, when it's not someone telling him, it's someone telling me, or someone telling Nameless, or someone telling Talia, then there's more to it, you know, and it's someone who we know, you know. So the reaction was so huge, we started getting gigs, but then we still had that issue of, okay, now you're performing 2.5 songs. So,
and at this time, how are you testing how much are people now willing to pay? From a managerial perspective, are you beginning endorsements coming? Do people want to collaborate with the brand?
So people are calling for gigs, and at some point, again, to not end up doing many gigs, you look at what you had been paid for one gig. When someone calls you, put a higher figure, because your goal is for them to say no, they can't afford, but they say sawa. Cause you're like, Aki, imagine, let's not rush, cause it's just 2.5 songs plus old catalog. So again, we went into testing mode.
What's the half?
No, see, the half was Let It Go.
Oh, okay.
Let It Go, because it's not full song, you know.
Yeah.
So again, we do a few gigs just to test. But people are ready to pay. People are ready to pay. And I think what happened was that scarcity that we created in the middle of releasing hits was raising the demand, and the price now was going up. So then we sat.
As a manager, is the scarcity work in today's day and age? What's the balance between scarcity?
It's tricky because you have to look at what your let me not say competition, let me say peers are doing, because there are people who are releasing songs like every other week. So you have to balance your scarcity and your and what your peers are doing. But then if you're scarce, you have to make sure that when you drop it, there's something we used to call a train. So there's a group of artists, kina Nameless, kina Sauti Sol, kina Nyash. There's a thing they used to joke about. So they would like warn each other that I want to release. So you'd say train inakuja, ina land on this day. Unajua train ikikam, inakam. So msonge. So there was an understanding between a number of artists where when this guy says releasing on this day, if you had a plan to release, you readjust ama you agree where release this day mean release this day. Because also the beauty about that time was when you release, I support you on my social media platforms. So when you release, you also support me. But if we both release, I can't support you, you can't support me. So there was that symbiotic relationship between a number of artists. So
now back to Nyash in terms of now you've got 2.5 songs. Gigs are still coming.
Gigs are coming. So we sit down and we say we have to quickly figure out how do we drop a few more songs quickly to ensure that we have a good set on stage. But also at the same time, how do we enforce what he said in Now You Know about napenda kurap na pia napenda kusing.